Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. This video will highlight the match of Stefanos Tsitsipas from Greece versus Felix Aliassime from Canada. This was a high quality, intense match. I would say neither player played a bad game or a bad set. There were a few more unforced errors off the racket of Stefanos Tsitsipas, but he played a solid game, a solid set, a solid two sets of tennis. And in the last couple of years, he's really climbed up the ranks and really challenged players such as Roger Federer. He's really been able to compete with the top players in the game and has become a top player in his own right. Stefanos Tsitsipas said something in his press conference. He said every player has another player that they're facing against that's difficult for them, or that gives them trouble, or that just can read their game and know their game well to be able to beat them. And he said for him, Felix is that player. In juniors, which some people disregard, but in juniors, he was 2-0 versus Tsitsipas. And then he won in a main draw of a Premier Mandatory tournament in Indian Wells over Stefanos Tsitsipas. So, as Tsitsipas said, he's trying to find something to tweak his game or to change when he's playing Felix, because he just seems to be able to get the upper hand over him. So it's good to know that he's going to try to change and modify his game somewhat. It was kind of like when Roger Federer continued to lose to Rafael Nadal over and over and over again and didn't think he needed to improve or change anything in his game. And obviously now he has, and in the last few years that they've competed, he's been able to be successful against Rafael Nadal, except at the French Open. So they both played a quality match. You really couldn't take anything off of both of them. Felix was just more focused and more determined, I think, to win. He came through in straight sets over Tsitsipas, 6-4, 6-2. And Stefanos Tsitsipas was the 9th seed in this tournament, so that's yet another seed being knocked out of the tournament. So later on I will do a video talking about the seeds that have been eliminated and the seeds that are still in, and analyzing both sides of my top 5 for the men and women, and seeing who realistically can win that's still in the draw. So both players played well. Felix, I want to say one more thing about Felix. He's an up-and-coming player that I made mention of. There were other tennis channels and other platforms similar to this that I made comments mentioning about Felix, and people were kind of passing over Felix. But he's showing that he can be a contender. I don't really think he's on the level to really rival with Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic at this point, but he definitely can be a contender, I think, to rival with some of the other young next generation players and other people in the draw. So let's see what happens. But he is in good form. But Tsitsipas, I think he's proven to be a great player, and he just needs to improve some things and tweak some things in his game. So I'll leave it at that for this video. Stay tuned for more, and feel free to subscribe. Bye-bye.